No! No! Ladies and gentlemen, this is not the video that I wanted to bring you. I said in my live stream just the other day, it seems like an age ago, I will add, but I said that there is a video that I really wanted to put out there, and that was just like a new signing. A Leroy Sane signs a new contract. That is the video, the dream video, the video that I wanted to put out for you guys. We're at the right opposite end of the spectrum. We've got a huge update here on Leroy Sane and his future at Manchester City. But before we crack on with this video, yeah, shameless transition. Before we crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content and you want to help support my channel, then make sure you subscribe, press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. I will be bringing you daily Manchester City transfer updates when the transfer window does reopen. Apparently, it will be closing on October 5th. 2020 of this year, so daily videos when the transfer market does reopen for Manchester City transfer news, keeping you up to date with all the latest Manchester City happenings and transfer news. So make sure you subscribe, press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Also aiming for 7,000 subscribers, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. At the time of recording this video, we're less than 600 subscribers away, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget also social media links in the description below and popping up on screen. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, my email in the description below too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business enquiries, don't forget, leave your thoughts in the comments below with what's happening with Leroy Sane, and don't forget also leave a thumbs up if you enjoy this video. Without further ado, we're going to crack on with this Manchester City transfer update. And so, I said we'll speak about Leroy Sane when I get onto the outs, but we've got the ins first, and we've got an update on Timo Werner, who won't be joining Manchester City. He was linked just a couple of weeks ago as a possible long-term replacement for Sergio Aguero. We know that isn't happening. We know that he was set to join Chelsea. They'd activated his release clause. Anyway, Chelsea, RB Leipzig and Timo Werner have all announced that he is joining Chelsea on a permanent transfer for a fee of just over €50 million. My opinion is a good signing for Chelsea. And if Aguero was leaving, I would have liked someone like Timo Werner playing for Manchester City. But there we go, Chelsea instead assembling themselves a good quality squad for next season. So we've got an update on a player that I mentioned in my last video, Romeo Lavia, is that how you say his name? The 16-year-old Anderlecht defensive midfielder. Anyway, apparently he is close to joining Manchester City now, according to HLN, which is a source in Belgium. He's ignored calls from Anderlecht and from Vincent Kompany himself to say, stay, develop, then try your luck somewhere else. Instead, he's going, nah, I want to leave now, go and try my luck. And it seems that he's going to go and try his luck at Manchester City. So he might be a player that signs relatively soon. And speaking of Anderlecht, moves me on to the outs. Philippe Sandler, update on him. He's been out on loan at Anderlecht, and according to HLN, they want to put an extension onto his loan. I'm not too sure, I'm not clued up on Belgium. I don't know if that means they want him on loan for the rest of the season and they're resuming their league. Someone might be a little bit more knowledgeable than me on the happenings in Belgium if they're resuming the league and that's an extension until the end of the season for that. Or whether that means they want him for next season, I do not know. But when I do find out, I will let you know. But that's what's happening at the moment. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, you might have seen me tweeting about this just before, but we've got an update on Gabriel Jesus. Now, he's still being linked with a move to Inter Milan to replace Lautaro Martinez, as I've said previously. This is coming from a source, Sport Mediaset, who is saying apparently Manchester City, if they were to sell Gabriel Jesus, want, and get this for a fee, because I'd like to know your thoughts of this in the comments below, £63 million. LOL. £63 million. I'd be looking, I've seen people saying £80 million. I'd be wanting more. I'd want about £100 million for you, just purely on the basis of his contract has still got quite a while going on it. He hasn't indicated that he wants to leave Manchester City. Manchester City don't want to sell him. He's a prized asset. at Manchester City, £63 million. If Jesus was to leave, Manchester City need to sign a new striker, a quality striker to provide good competition for Sergio Aguero. We aren't going to pick up a striker for £63 million that meets that credential. So it just doesn't make business sense for us to do that. Come on, £63 million. I put get real, fake news. That's my opinion of that. Did give me a laugh though. Now, we've got the big news, Leroy Sane. Let's get right into it. Pep Guardiola has been speaking before the Burnley game, which is on Monday night. Live streaming, by the way, my match watch along and reaction to that if you want to stay tuned for that on Monday evening. But anyway, Pep's been speaking in his press conference before that game. Leroy Sane's future has been brought up. Pep has confirmed, this is confirmed coming from Pep at Manchester City. 2 or 3 times Leroy Sane has been offered a new contract. The contract offer has been on the table. It has been turned down, rejected 2 or 3 times. Leroy Sane does not want to be at Manchester City. He wants to leave. Pep has said that Leroy Sane will leave one of 2 ways. Either this summer on for a fee, or next summer for free. So I said in the last video when I had an update on Sane that there was one of 3 options. He either leaves Manchester City this summer, signs a new contract, or leaves for free the season after. We're now down to 2. He's not signing a new contract at Manchester City, and so either at the end of this season, Leroy Sane will no longer be a Manchester City player, or the end of next season, he won't be a Manchester City player. Pep, in his press conference, to be fair to him, was very professional in how he handled it. Coming across as that he likes Leroy Sane, is enjoying his development, and he's going to do everything he can to continue the development of Leroy Sane because he thinks he's an exceptional player. However, his future isn't going to be at Manchester City, and so that's suggesting that Pep will be using Leroy Sane between now and the end of the season, and if it comes to it, then he'll be used again next season for Manchester City as well. Now, I find this really interesting because Pep has the philosophy that he wants his players to be Manchester City players. When we sign players, he wants them to want to only join Manchester City and be a Manchester City player. And he's always come across, we've seen it before with other players, like if you don't want to be at Manchester City, you are free to leave and then he won't use you. He only wants players that are committed to Manchester City and committed to his cause. And Leroy Sane not signing his new contract and wanting to leave is telling me that he doesn't want to be here. And so that's not normally what Pep's looking for, but it's a strange situation, and I'm feeling several emotions, and I imagine quite a few people in the comments are feeling a raw emotion where they don't want Leroy Sane to play again for Manchester City. He doesn't want to be here. Go away, go and leave, good riddance is how some people will be thinking. I'm thinking, I think Leroy Sane is a fantastic football player. He's a class football player. I'm devastated that he doesn't want to commit to Manchester City, but I fully understand that he may want to leave Manchester City. After all, I'm not going to hold players to ransom here. If players want to leave Manchester City, as long as we get the right offer, I'm happy for them to leave, and I will wish them all the best. It's all about how players want to leave, and that's how people remember players. That's why players like Fabian Delph got called a snake, for example, because he said that he didn't want to leave Aston Villa, then a couple of weeks later leaves Aston Villa. So there's things like that fans don't like. So Leroy Sane has made his intentions quite clear that he doesn't want to be at Manchester City, and like I said, he wants to go back home, he wants to go and play for Bayern Munich. That is completely fair enough, right? We know where we stand with Leroy Sane now, so in that aspect, that is good. That means Manchester City now can start looking at wingers and look for an alternative to Leroy Sane. We're not being strung along, his decision has been made. The only question now is when will he leave Manchester City, and will it be for free or will it be a fee, and how much that will be. Bayern Munich update. £36 million is how much they're willing to pay. City looking for roughly around £70 million. Personally, I'd be looking for around £80 million. But there we go. Bayern Munich are going to have to go to the negotiation table because their stance at the moment is £36 million. Take it or leave it. They know Leroy Sane wants to join them. If you don't take it, we're just going to sign him for free. We're going to go into discussions with him in January when they're legally allowed to do so. But let's face it, they are in complete contact with Leroy Sane. That's why he's making his intentions clear that he wants to leave Manchester City. People are going to say it's time capping up and stuff, but that is how the transfer market is. And I will say on the record, I do not like how Bayern Munich have approached this transfer. I'd make that very clear if I was in charge of this deal at Manchester City. I'd be looking to get that price right up from £36 million. At the end of the day, City are happy for Leroy Sane to stay here for another season. He could pick up a serious injury, but it's time for City to be strong in the transfer market, strong in negotiations, and get that fee right up from £36 million. But it's seemingly looking like an option for City is that it won't be him signing for another club to drive up interest in him. It'll be interesting to see. Perhaps City could possibly, just speculating, maybe if he wants to return back to Germany and return home, possibly have a look at Borussia Dortmund and possible swap deal involving Jadon Sancho, but I highly doubt that will happen. But it is something out there that City could potentially look at. Leroy Sane, like I said, he said he wants to go home. He's not actually said he wants to join Bayern Munich, but all sources are indicating that definitely Leroy Sane, it seems, wants to join Bayern Munich. And so I'm very sad. I'm very sad. Losing a quality player like Leroy Sane. I want us to get as much money as possible so we can sign a good quality replacement. So in the comments below, let me know who you'd like Manchester City to sign. I'll put it out there. I'm looking for a player that's nice, quick and agile. So someone like Leon Bailey would be my choice. I've not got a problem with signing Oyarzabal of Sociedad either. He's a technical winger who apparently lots of people rave about, who've rated him over in Spain. Barcelona want him too. So yeah, I've not got a problem. Whoever City deemed as a good replacement for Leroy Sane, I will support all the way, as I will with all players. And when Leroy Sane does leave, although I won't be happy with how it's happened and how Bayern Munich will sign him, I will wish Leroy Sane all the best. I'm devastated. I want to go and cry. I might go and have a cry. So there we go. I'm going to end the video there. So I've been JSGC. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you all again very soon for that next Manchester City news update, transfer update, more than likely in a couple of days. So I'll see you then. So I've been JSGC. I hope you're all safe and well as well. Peace. Ciao for now.